Okay, good evening, everyone. It's exactly 7 p.m. And I'll start off by taking a roll call to see who's here before we get started. Anita Bennett. Dan Conrad.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Debbie DeBacco.
I'm here.
I see her. Kathy Harling. Gloria.
I'm
I
here.
see Gloria. Linda Weller, I know she's here. And Betty Sue, I see. Tonight, our recording secretary will be Barb Kyla. Megan is out ill. Hopefully we'll see her next month. We'll get, before we get started, I just want to remind everyone why we're here. Hoag Library board members owe allegiance to the library and must act in good faith with the best interests of the institution in mind. The conduct board member must at all times further the institution's goal. The vision of the Hoag Library will be to be a vital resource in the community, a leader in traditional and innovative service for a diverse and dynamic population. So with that in mind, we'll proceed with our agenda. Are there any additions or changes that anyone would like to add to the agenda? I see Kathy Harling is here. I would like to add to the agenda under old business, the PTO COVID policy. Okay. This is an opportunity for the public forum. Is there anyone out there that would like to share or speak? Then we'll move right on. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the regular minutes meetings from January 13th, 2021? Are there any corrections?
Yes, I would like to say, I didn't see, is it Linda's name listed on in the minutes, correct?
Yes, Linda was definitely there.
Okay. I didn't see her, her name's not listed as attending the meeting, so her name would need to be added.
Okay, we'll add Linda.
And also, under review and adopt director's report, we haven't in the past adopted the director's report. It is on the agenda as director report. No motion is needed.
No.
Therefore, number 1 in our minutes under review and adopt the director's report, that should be deleted because that motion is listed there was pertaining to the 2021 budget and should be listed under the finance committee.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all that I have.
To accept with changes. Linda, second. Gloria, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And I see Anitris is here, so we're all here. Okay. Next is the treasurer's report. Gloria, do you have anything?
The treasurer's report, I believe the information was already sent out, and I hope everybody had a chance, emailed out, and I hope everyone had a a chance
Yes,
to
I read it.
review it, and I don't know if they have questions or anything on it, but I don't have anything under the treasurer's report at this time.
Okay. Motion to accept. Linda, second. Debbie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Finance Director's report.
I thought we were gonna kind of skip this.
Unless you have anything that you needed to add.
I have a
that's
couple
come
of
up.
things, but I don't know if this is where you want them. I can start, and if you want them to go someplace else, I'll move them.
If
Okay?
they're in, wait a minute, Betty Sue, if they're in the agenda
No.
someplace else,
No.
they're not,
No.
then put them
No.
here.
The only thing that's not, the other two items can wait, are I had the floor people here today to examine the floor, and the guy says, don't touch it. The floor will last another 20, 30 years, and it won't need anything. So that was the floor report. Okay,
Okay.
so that probably should have been under old business.
That's all right. We're selling it
Okay.
now.
Nothing else left.
Okay. Did anyone else have any other questions with Betty Sue report that went out? Okay. Next, we have Finance Committee. Linda?
This is my first time doing this. Gloria,
Yes,
do you want to present it so I know how do you normally?
well, this will be my first time presenting it.
Oh,
Basically, I do know that the summary of the meeting did go out to everyone, and I don't know if they have any questions or not on the report at all. And if not, then we have a couple of motions we would like to put out on the floor.
and the first motion is the finance committee recommends the board approves expenditures and deposits from January 8th to January 29th of 2021.
Correct.
These weren't split out, but I have to abstain.
Actually, there are two motions, Linda.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you can vote for one, and then the second one you abstain.
Okay,
Okay?
Linda, the first motion, and I'll just read it. I don't know if you have the corrected copy that went out, because the first motion is the Finance Committee recommends that the board approve expenditures and deposits reviewed from January 8th through January 29th, 2021, except for the payments and receipts to and from Info Advantages. So that's the first motion that we have at this time.
So the motion has been read. Are there any questions or concerns? Do I have a second? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, pass. Second one.
The second motion is the Finance Committee recommends that the board approve the expenditures made to Info Advantage Incorporation for services provided in January for $25, a deposit of $4,125 was received from Info Advantage for an overcharge. And that's the second motion
Uh-huh.
on the floor.
Any questions or concern? Is there a second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? One abstention. Thank you.
Joyce, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
At this point, where this would be where the Finance Committee make the other motion in regards to a transfer?
Yes, we can make the motion for the transfer now.
The Finance Committee recommends that Barb transfer $45,000 from the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney Operating Fund to meet February expenses and payroll, and $20,000 from Community Bank for monthly expenses, $25,000 from 5 Star for payroll.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Second? Linda, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. Now, each month, we will need to have at least two of those motions for the bills and for the bills. The other one for the actually we'll need at least two for the bills and also for any amounts we have to borrow from to pay for salaries and other bills. Is there anything else from the Finance Committee?
Not at this time that I'm aware of.
Okay. Buildings and grounds and interest?
Okay, so we met on January 23rd and had a discussion on switch to like for
You're
completed
you're
with
breaking up.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what part didn't you catch? Like, do I start over?
Yes, would you please?
Okay, well, okay, so there was a walkthrough with a company called Lime. They did a walkthrough with Betty Sue at the library. And the conversation was whether or not we should switch to LED lighting versus using the light bulbs that we're using now. So it was discussed that LED lights have an expected life expectancy of about 10 years, which would be a cost savings to the library. So the cost to do this, we could do one lump sum payment for $9,560.97, which includes a 10% discount, or you could pay in installments for $880 for 12 months with no interest. A lift would be needed to replace the lighting fixtures, but that would be an additional cost to the library. So I guess is that where I say the motion to make the recommendation?
The recommendation from the committee, yes.
Okay, so would like to make a motion, a recommendation to participate in energy savings initiative, paying with a lump sum of $9,560.97 from the Hoag Library's line of credit. Also, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Anitris. I'm just going to ask a question because I had sent out an email earlier. I just wanted, because we're going to vote on such a large amount, I felt that the proposal or whatever you had, the committee should have attached it at least to the summary so that we had a chance to look at it, because we will be voting on it. And just to review.
I actually thought that Sue sent everyone out
I did.
a copy. I mean,
Yep.
I have in front of me
Okay.
a copy of the cost savings that we generated by this, and the number of bulbs and things that, which is
Yep.
amazing how many bulbs we actually have in the building. And when you look at the paying over time, we're going to have a larger, what do you call it, interest payment that we'll be paying out versus a lump sum payment. And I believe the committee wanted to use the line of credit, just because having a line of credit and not using it does not mean it's going to be available in the amount we need at some time in the future. And this is small enough that we would still be able to pay it off in a timely way.
When was that emailed out?
It had to be over a week ago, because I got it and printed it out from my emails.
You mean, are you asking when did I send out the email that was requested for the individual number of bulbs?
Yes,
Because
but
the first email that went out was the basic breakdown between the analyzation of the savings by National Grid and by this Lime Energy. And they were a little different. And I explained that chances are it'll be closer to what Niagara or National Grid recommends, but it will be someplace in between the two and what they were going to be replacing with. And then the request was made to please send the specific number of bulbs of each kind. So I sent out the other sheet that they had given me that I just didn't think I would care about, that listed all of the bulbs in all of the locations and the light fixtures. And I can go back and find it while you move on.
It was
So I
around,
can tell you where it is.
Betty Sue, was that just mailed to the Buildings and Grounds Committee, or was it mailed to the entire board to look at?
That's a good question. That's a good question. And I guess I'm gonna have to ask that there are times that I'm getting requests and I'm sending my answer just to the committee instead of to the whole board. So if that's the case with this and it needs to go to the whole board, then either else needs to forward that, like Joyce,
yeah.
or you
that
say
would
to
be-
me, we
yeah.
want this to go to everybody.
And I
Let me see if I
actually
can find
see
it.
that it only went to the, it only went to,
To the board
committee.
or to the I'm looking.
And I agree. I don't have a problem with it going to the committee, but now that you're making the recommendation, I thought it would be nice if the information would have been attached to the summary so we had a chance to look it over in case we had any questions.
okay, I guess you're right about that. When is our cutoff for this, Betty Sue? I know that this was time sensitive.
They're about, you want to wait on it? Not gonna
Actually like to
change-
get
it's-
it done.
It's
I
not going
knew
to
that there was
change
a,
any of the numbers. The number for the project is exactly the same. I sent you out how much they estimated that it would be saving. The only thing that I provided after that was the breakdown of what kind of light bulbs they were and how many of each kind. It did not affect any of the money involved in this. And I told this guy I'd call him tomorrow. So I
Yeah.
really don't want to wait on this.
well, just hold on. So Gloria, let me ask you a question. What sort of, when, if the amount is not going to change because we already know the number of light bulbs, which questions would you have regarding that?
I really don't know without seeing the proposal, but that's okay. Go ahead with the vote and we'll go from there.
Gloria, I just emailed you that, so you want to keep this open until we get later on in the meeting? Gloria, if you can look at it?
No, that's all right. Because
You
I
sure?
have to pull it, yeah, you guys go ahead and vote.
I sent it to Gloria, Dan, Debbie, and Kathy.
Yeah, I see it now.
I'm
Okay.
still looking for it. So thank you, Linda.
Well, I'll accept some responsibility for that because I should have known if we were going to vote on it. I should have checked to make sure that everyone had received a copy. Because we did think that this was an important savings for the library over time. So I apologize to everyone for that, and I'll work harder on that in the future.
And I would ask that when something is requested, I guess I need clear instructions on whether or not it's going to just that committee or to the whole board. So just remember that when we're in committee stuff, and that would be something that, yes, I see why it should have gone to the whole board. But
Right.
I was working with the committee, so that's who I sent it to. Okay?
And I mean, you did right.
I
You
know,
know.
it's okay.
Okay, so we'll come back to that before the evening is over
Okay.
and get some resolution to that. The executive committee did meet and we did talk about a couple of items that are listed further in the agenda. So I'm not going to occupy time with it now because I know that part of it's further in the old business and in the new business. The Personnel Committee.
I want to apologize because when I was sending out the summary, I think I must have sent out 3 different copies. So anyway, the Personnel Committee, we met on February 6th at 10 o'clock on Zoom. And we did discuss staff raises for 2021, but we're waiting for further information. So the Personnel Committee is gonna schedule another meeting to meet so we can decide on staff raises. And then, the Personnel Committee will negotiate Betty Sue's salary along with her employment contract. In other words, Joyce and Betty Sue will work on that. And I know there were some questions in regards to the New York State paid leave policy, and Betty Sue was going to contact Greta in regards to that. And also, I know Betty Sue is going to be working on staff evaluations. That was discussed. And I believe that's all that we have at this time. We will be scheduling another meeting in the near future to discuss raises for the staff. We were hoping to have it done by this meeting, but it didn't work out that way. And I don't know if anybody else on the committee has anything they would like to add.
I just want to add that whatever raise the staff get, it is going to be retroactive to the beginning of the year, which I think is very important, that they don't feel that they're going to be denied anything because it's going to be a couple months late.
Right.
So it will be retroactive. You have a question, Linda?
I was just wondering, you brought up the director's contract.
Mhm.
We have an actual date on that because this has been
wait
dragging
a minute.
forever.
We're going to go into executive session for that. Okay.
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 I was just like, huh.
No. Trust me. It's
I
the horse
have a
that's been beat to death.
I have a question because I was charged with finding information from Greta about the variety of sick leave, PTO, and COVID sick leave policies. When do you want to know about that? When do you want to
Okay.
know about that?
Wait a minute. I've got that under
New business or old business?
old business.
Okay,
And we'll take a few extra minutes to do it. We just want to get through the other stuff.
that's
And
okay.
then when we get to the other stuff, then we can take a little more time and dig into those issues that are giving us some angst here.
Okay, I did write it down on there, Joyce. My
Okay.
bad.
Anything else for personnel? Anyone would like to add? Okay. Planning committee, I know has not met yet, right, Dan? You haven't scheduled anything?
No, I'm sorry, we haven't had a chance to yet, no.
Okay, we'll work on that. Elections committee, do you have anything for us, Anitris?
I just have the dates. I kind of got those from Barb Kyler, but I haven't had a chance to meet with Debbie. So Debbie, whenever you're available, you can just kind of let me know. It doesn't have to be this weekend because I know I emailed you and asked you about this weekend and you kind of were like, yeah. So it's fine. You can just let me know, send me an email or text if you have my phone number. Just let me know when you're available and we'll make it happen. So.
Okay, thank you. By the next meeting, we should have produce a motion to firm up those dates. So thank you for your time, both of you. There's nothing additional for the COVID committee. Do you have anything new that's come through you, Betty Sue?
No.
And as we
Oh,
know.
wait, there is one little thing. We've started having, and this is just an FYI, we've started having people coming in looking for help to get registered for shots at Walgreens. Now, I called Walgreens because they're handing them a piece of paper that says, go to the library and have them help you with this. So I called them to say, you know, it'd be real nice if you gave us a heads up. So
Right.
I did say, that's what we're here for. Well, the people you're sending us are ones who have no computer, no email, no nothing. So they gave us some hints on how to handle that. And I just said, the more information you can give us, the better we can help patrons. So I just wanted you to know there will be, I think they're in line for 100 vaccines, but they're all taken already, so it doesn't really matter. But going forward, if you know anybody who's trying to register and they're having a hard time because of computer or this or that or the other thing, what I did learn today is that you can have somebody else register you using their email. Because the only important thing is that you get the printout of the sheet that says you're registered to get the shot.
Right.
So if you know somebody who's struggling, offer to help them with it. And that's what we're going to work with here. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Right now, that ends the committee reports, and we're now going to old business.
Joyce, can I ask a question?
Yes.
In regards to the motion, in regards to the 2021 budget, where will we make that motion?
Oh, that should have been under finance. Let's just backtrack to finance one more time. We need to make that motion budget that goes to, that we're sending to the library. We have to have a motion
We
about the amount.
I didn't hear it.
Gloria is going to read the motion for the budget that is going to the school district.
It's already gone.
I know, but
Okay.
we don't have the motion in our
okay.
minute.
Okay, Betty Sue,
Okay.
yeah, because
Okay.
last, it was in our minutes.
It was in our minutes, but it wasn't properly, the verbiage wasn't correct.
So I don't know if this is a motion to reconsider the previous motion, but anyway, discussion. We did have a discussion about the 2021 budget, and the budget to be approved was for $762,350 with payroll at $349,904. The board will have the opportunity at a later date to adjust proportions or percentages within this total amount.
Mhm.
Motion to accept the tax levy of $724,260 as proposed.
That's what went to the school.
Any discussion? A second to the motion? Dan? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. So that ends up being the corrected motion for the budget. Now we're going on to old business. Okay, now, nobody has to go out of the room because we're just talking. Betty Sue suggested bidding the cloud service. I just have a little problem with that because, you know, in thinking about it retroactively, we're talking about $300
Right.
here. That's actually something you can pay at the beginning of the year, and it in essence ends up being a non-issue for the next 11 months because it's not on the docket. That's one thing. The second thing, which is a bigger one, is getting bids for help desk services, because I think that's the thing that you wanted to stick with. But but what we want to do is everyone that wants to provide help desk services, not everyone, but we can get the top 2 or 3 people, of which Info Advantage could be one of them. We need to bring it to the board. The board makes a decision and it's on the table, however it may fall out. But there is no contract right now with anyone. Correct me if I'm wrong, is there a contract for help desk services?
No, Linda, there's nothing there, is there?
No. So there is
I don't
no,
think so. I would have to look, but I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think, because we usually
No.
we usually put $3,000 at the beginning of the year, and we work
Right.
off that as the year goes on. But we
Right.
do not pay cloud services out of it, and we do not pay any equipment out of it. It's strictly
Exactly.
the labors. Okay?
exactly. So if you were to have Barb look at least 2 other companies, bring them to the board, let the board look at it. It may be that they decide to stay right where they are, or they may say, let's try something else. I don't know. But I would like to see this taken off once and for all, just by going through the motion of doing it the way it should be. And then however it is, everyone's gonna be, say, well, we got the best, however it is. So Betty Sue, is there any other input from any other, I don't wanna be the only one speaking on this. Is there another solution we have?
I thought at one of our committee meetings that it was decided that Barb was going to solicit.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I could
That
be
Barb
wrong.
would, yeah. She would find us at least comparable services, and it would come to the board next month, and then we would review it. Now we're back to the energy saving LED. Gloria, did you have a chance to look at that paperwork? And Dan and Anitris and Kathy and Debbie? I didn't realize how many people we actually left out. I'm really sorry.
I took a look.
I did as well.
Do you think, or would you feel comfortable having us vote on whether to move forward with this? I mean, please be honest, because we don't want to leave the meeting and then suddenly we need to do it all over again. So if you're uncomfortable, let's hear it now. If you're comfortable, because the number of bulbs are not going to change and the cost is not going to change. But if you feel that there's something that is yet to be discovered that you want to take a look at, let us know.
I don't see any harm in taking a vote. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but that's okay. Only because I can't be pulling stuff up. I don't pull things up as when I'm at a meeting. I'm not that tech savvy, guys. So I gotta be honest.
Okay, well, welcome to the,
You guys
Dan,
go
did you have a question? Oh, okay, Anitris, you?
I could go out and look at it.
I'm good.
Okay, would someone like to make a motion? Linda? A second?
I'd second.
Thank you, Debbie. All in favor?
I
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oppose or abstain? 1.
Only because I didn't have a chance to review it.
Oh, that's all right. Motion passed. Next is a flag update. Do you have anything for us, Betty Sue?
Not since the last time I communicated with Gwen, which was just either before or after our last meeting. And she
Okay.
was still stuck without help because of COVID.
Okay. Next is the PTO COVID policy, the nightmare of all nightmares. Okay. Tell me what you got, Betty Sue.
Okay. I sent to everyone a little while ago what I believe to be the policies that you passed in a previous meeting that never got forwarded to Barb. So she's been working off what she thinks is right, and she's done a fabulous job with it. I contacted Greta. Greta then forwarded to me all of the communications and the changes that went back and forth on different items from August until November 10th, was the last time she was consulted for something. So I have put together the PTO policy, the FLMA policy, and the COVID policy. And if you agree that this is what you passed before, I am going to push the button and send it back to Greta tonight and say, these are the things that were approved that you helped them with. Please now reconstruct our policy handbook with the correct pagination and whatever we need to make it right. Does this make sense?
Questions?
Yes. Oh, that's you. Okay.
Are there any questions?
Will I be able to look at it after the meeting and get back to Betty Sue? Because I've been gone all day. I believe it was sent out today, or am I wrong?
No, you were right. It was sent out today. Just like the requests I get is at the last minute. To wait another month on this,
No, I'm
You're
not
No.
asking you to wait another
Betty
month.
Sue, we're not asking you to wait another month.
okay, I'm sorry, let me hush. What are you asking?
I just want to
Okay.
look at it and I'll send it off to you. What if I agree or not? That's all. I just want a chance to look at it. I
Wait a
haven't-
minute. Wait a minute. In the past, and it was confusion when we did it last time. So I want to avoid confusion this time. Because I myself would like to at least read it through, and I haven't had an opportunity to read it through. I really would like to read it through. And if you can not push the button tonight,
Okay,
but push it by noon tomorrow, because I will start reading it tonight and
Okay.
I'll be finished before 11 tomorrow, but I will cast my vote tonight to send it tomorrow at noon. But I need to look at it, so if I have a question, I can have you ask that question as you hit send. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
I do.
It
Let
has
me
to-
just
we
say,
have- This was supposed to be on the books in January.
before January 1. In fact,
So,
there was part of this that was supposed to be in effect until the 31st of December. We don't even have to put that in the book anymore because it didn't get done.
right,
What you're going to look at is the last example, the
last
formation
iteration. Yeah,
of all the stuff that you were going through in committees and with Terry and back and forth with Greta, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing new in this.
okay,
So all you're doing is looking at it to see, yes, this is what we passed that now needs to be put in the book because it did get passed at a previous meeting.
okay,
That's the problem, okay?
okay.
But I
So
will I'll
we're-
push the button whenever you tell me to.
we're gonna push it tomorrow at noon. But in the meantime, if there is a question, you can attach a question
Okay,
as you push the button for Greta. That way, everyone gets their question answered, as well as Greta has it, so she give it the legalese that's due, so it can get into the books. But I would like a motion to move forward with the PTO COVID policy as is written, to be sent to Greta tomorrow Any questions can be given to Betty Sue to be attached to the email. So if there is a question, attach it to the email, but the policies go out so that she give it its legal clearance. That's a convoluted. Okay, does someone have a better wording of this so we can get this motion up and going for COVID and the PTO policy?
So you want us to say, I'd like to make a motion to send Greta the updated policy by tomorrow?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it. Simple, to the
Okay.
point. Do I have a second? Linda, all in favor?
I,
Opposed? Carried. Next, is there anything else under old business before we go down to what's new on our docket here? Okay, new business, the retirement of Ron Tower. Now, Betty Sue sent out, albeit it was late, but
It was late.
it wasn't a big read.
No.
It was a quick and easy read about what it is Ron Tower does or did and what the cost was. You know, in our meeting, we had said either hire a company or create a building in the ground position, but it doesn't look like, I'm not sure what we should do. Comments, feedback, correction. Yes, Linda.
With him not resigning, retiring, because he was an employee, so it's kind of a weird choice of words. And the amounts on there that were smaller than I thought they were going to be.
Me too.
Me too.
I would like to entertain possibly a property management company to try and. I
You
don't know where
think
you're
they'd still want to do that kind of small stuff?
it can't hurt to find out. You know, and if they didn't, they know enough people that they could say, hey, I know this guy does this. You know what I mean? I mean,
Okay.
Can I toss something out here?
Toss away.
Okay. At least for the short term, and you have to understand that when Ron was first hired, this was much more of a position because he did the snow plowing and he did the lawn mowing. So it was a worthwhile thing to do. Over the years, as tasks were removed, is when it has shrunken. I went over the list last night with my husband when I got home, and he's gone, for crying out loud, I can find just somebody to do this, 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 and this. And having lived here and owned a hardware store, he's looking at going, well, you got plumbing, you can call Doug Bauer. You have something it's structural, you can call Joe Baker or Jimmy Babcock. We will be bidding the lawn and the snow removal again. And so if we're not going to spend a ton of money, can we just kind of see what we can find for somebody to do? The other thing that has made a difference is Ron used to try and take care of like the heating and cooling and stuff until it became too complex for somebody to handle that. So I think we've farmed out most of the big maintenance projects. So I'm not offering this up as a permanent solution, but Barb did the work on that with looking up what Ron has done recently, and we can continue to do that over a couple month period of time and see how much we're spending.
Feedback on what Betty Sue is saying and Linda, because they're the two different
Yeah,
options.
they are two options.
I think we could definitely explore both options and see what prices and costs we would get from doing both options.
Okay.
How much would property maintenance charge us? Would they,
No idea.
would they charge us by the year to take care of it? Would they charge us by the job? Versus I know the guys you were talking about would charge just for the job itself.
Right,
I mean,
right.
that's different things we could look at. And property maintenance, I'm sure they would also do the lawn mowing and snow plowing also. So would that ultimately save us money versus having one company versus having 3 different companies
Maybe.
sum up everything? I mean, to me, it's just an option just to explore.
Hmm. So now I think that's definitely an interesting perspective. Yes, Linda. If everything were to be rolled under property management, the lawn mowing and snow plowing, that would definitely change that job and costs.
Mhm. It would. Now, you
It would
can't, with, as far as the lawnmower, we could also put in there the landscaping and those which we have done with other people. What you're not going to get with property management is somebody donating their time to mow the lawn, which they did this year. That only cost us $500 because we paid for his insurance. So, but we don't know that somebody would do that again. So I think it's a reasonable thing to look at both options.
Okay, well
But
then
until we get the information, are we okay just going month to month until you get the information and can act on it? That's what I would need to know.
Yes, I'm okay with going the month to month until we can find out definitely what direction we want to head to.
Okay.
anyone else? So we want Barb to get information on property management companies that would do everything, more than one, so we can compare.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we will go month to month or day to day based on the issue. Is that what we're all in agreement with?
I am.
Demetrius? Okay. Dan, we know you are. Gloria? Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, Debbie?
I'm sorry. I haven't eaten anything.
I can't see you, but
Well, that's
You said,
because I'm eating dinner, so my son just brought me up a sandwich.
oh,
okay, so that's what we're gonna handle that day to day.
okay.
One of the things that was number 2 is retreat to assist in formulating 1 and a 5-year plan for the library. That is really like a big yes. I know we have at least a preliminary outline, right? Betty Sue, of a 1 and 5.
Yep.
And I know at our meeting, I thought it would be good if we could maybe once a year, the board, the director, the staff, the friends of the library, and maybe community members would have a retreat to talk about those, where they see the library in 5 years. And the plan committee would take that information and incorporate parts of it, or what part they felt that was achievable into our 1 and 5-year plan. And it sort of, that once a year doing something like this, I feel like it would sort of help make people feel that the library is really everybody's. It's not just the board making decision or the staff of the library. coming in, doing scribe tasks, that they're all involved in trying to create and maintain a library that answer our needs now and in the future. So I just wanted to put that out there and see if anyone thought that was a good idea. And if so, maybe at the next executive committee, we can come up with some dates to present to the board if that was something they'd be interested in.
So where would this retreat be? Just in the
Where would-
library?
I couldn't hear you.
You're talking about a retreat, like we're going someplace, or are we just meeting in the library?
Here at the library, like we'd open up and we, probably have, have a light lunch, refreshments and things like that. And it's also an opportunity for everyone to get to know each other and but really it's the plan.
I mean, my only concern would be the fact that, I work. So is this an afternoon? You know what? That's why you can't hear me.
Oh,
Oh, that's much better.
yes, it is. Now, what were you saying, Debbie?
I'm sorry, who knows what I was saying anymore? I was gonna say my only concern would be timing because, I 8 to 6 sometimes and I'm still doing work now. So that would be
Yeah.
my only thought. Is it gonna be after hours or
I'm in the same.
Saturday or something?
Would probably be a Saturday or something. And sometimes people are not able to attend, but still have ideas that they send in or things that they think others might want to hear or consider. So there's always a variety of ways when you have ideas that we can bring them forth. But if it's not something that people are interested in, I'm going to say it's okay. It's just one that I thought would be good to get everyone involved and excited about.
Well, there's no downside to it, right?
No.
No.
Debbie, I will tell you, when I first started, there were so many problems here, and Nioga stepped in because they had been hearing horror stories. So they literally hooked us up with whatever his name is, Jerry Nichols, who is the library guru from Long Island. They paid for it, and all of the board members went to Nioga. We were there from mid-morning to mid-afternoon. They fed us, and it was surprising that Jerry Nichols figured out that the board was actually working quite well together. So it was nice to have an outside person. Now, with working it on the inside, a couple of years ago, I don't know how many of you were on the board then, we did have a Christmas get together with the staff and the friends and the board. And it was a very nice couple of hours. So we've done, but I get what Debbie's saying. When you start talking retreat, you're going, oh God, I have to give up a whole day for this thing. Maybe there are ways
I couldn't. I'm thinking only like a morning or an afternoon.
Okay.
Or
a lunch.
like 3. I
Right
mean,
around lunch.
yeah, something that includes lunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're thinking more casual, more.
More casual. I mean, I'm thinking in terms of, because I'm thinking about the ones that I've gone to where we're going to be breaking out in groups, probably have someone from the board, someone from the community, someone from the staff, and they're in groups of 4 or 5, and we give them projects on things that, what do you see, or what would your ideal library look like, and list those things. And we walk away, we as the board would keep these sheets and we would be able to look at them and synthesize, you know what I mean,
Yep,
them
Okay.
into a document.
I'm gonna butt in here. We have paid for 2 people so far, and the third one will be starting the Leadership Orleans project. And this is the kind of thing they do at Leadership
Yes.
Orleans. So
Yes,
why don't we pick their brains and have them pick their cohort's brains and see what we can come up with?
okay,
And I would just like to say, because I think this is a wonderful opportunity. And Betty Sue, I like what you said that Nioga had reached out to it was a Jerry Nichols,
Jerry Nichols.
somebody from the outside, and that
Yep.
and it was paid for. And you know, with a new board
New
member
set of eyes.
with
Mhm.
and with more in May, we're going to have our elections.
Right.
So it'll be a good opportunity to not to do it in May, but to involve the new members so that they can learn exactly, you know, what's the library about, and teamwork. Teamwork is very important. And I think that would be a wonderful idea.
yes, Dan.
That
Thank you,
leadership,
Gloria.
the leadership Orleans that Betty Sue was just talking about, can anybody join it, or how do you get?
You have to find a sponsor. So most people are going from their places of employment to do that. But if you contact either Elizabeth or Teresa here with email, they can tell you how to get in contact to see how you might be interested in doing that. Teresa, Elizabeth, Mike is starting soon, so don't contact him.
So I could even get like to sponsor me then.
Pardon?
I could even get like the Lions to sponsor me.
Exactly. So we'll see if we can get you the information.
Okay, thank you.
But they might have, Skip Helfrich, who runs this, might have just the answer for us in where to go forward. So I like Gloria's idea of starting to talk about it, but look at doing it once we have some new members in place.
That would,
because it's
that
so
was
helpful.
my goal was that it would not be done until like the summer or the fall.
Okay.
After you've gotten your new officers and whoever that's going to be. But if you have a date that's firm, that allows you time to plan and get the new people set up and everything.
Okay.
So we'll just leave this on the table, and as we get, as we make a decision about it and get more information on people, maybe we can revisit it. Number 3, we've already talked about Barb Kyla soliciting bids. The other thing I needed to bring to everyone's attention is in our March meeting, Bonadito, our auditing firm, will be presenting our yearly report. And on that day, our meeting starts at 6:30. So I wanted to highlight that and make sure that I brought it, yes, Betty Sue, that I brought it to your attention.
Oh, I wasn't yet, but I do. What they will do is meet with you as a board at 6:30 to
Right.
answer any questions before it goes to the open meeting.
Yes,
They've done this every year. So just so they
Yes.
give us the background and we can ask questions, or you can ask questions, and then we're prepared if the public comes in and asks. And I think it was last year, there were some questions.
right. That's all I have. Does any, before we go into executive session, does anyone else have anything else that they would like to bring up, or any issue that we're missing that needs an update? Yes, Dan.
Oh, just real quick, again, I know I repeat myself every meeting, but thanks again for Mike for making sure the meeting's all set up and taking care of all the laptops there for you guys.
Nice.
Mike's doing an awesome job, and he needs to be commended for his job there that he's doing with us for these
Yes,
meetings.
he is.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
And when we come out of executive,
Oh,
are
yes.
we going to do round table?
Yes,
Do what?
we're going to do the round table.
Or do you want to do it now?
Let's go ahead and do it now, because when we come out, we'll be ready.
Mhm.
Okay, Anitris,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Anitris,
I'm good.
okay, Gloria,
I'm good.
Mhm.
Can you
All
hear me?
right. Yep, yep. I would just like to say, I did get a chance to read Teresa's report for the Children's Library, and I just think she's doing a fantastic job. I was just so impressed when I was reading her report, and that she's providing such wonderful services to the community with the Children's Library. So I was really impressed with that. And I also was excited. I did get to attend a session that Mike set up, and in regards to researching your family roots. And come to find out, Ancestry is free from home until March 31st on the library. You can go on to their home page and you can click on it. And I was so excited last night. I was up to 1 a.m. clicking. My husband said, "When you coming to bed?" But I just think that's something wonderful that the library is offering, because a lot of times people are saying, "Well, I don't have anything to do." And all you got to do is just go to the home page of the library, and it's just so many
start clicking.
there's so many wonderful things. And also, we know February is Black History Month, and there will be an online Zoom book discussion held on February 24th, and it's on the Overground Railroad. And Mike I went into Hoopla for the first time, and I was so excited because I want to be a part of that book discussion. So I just think there's just so many wonderful, wonderful things for people to do with our library. And that's all I got.
Great, great, thank you. Debbie,
Well, I was going to say with Gloria, I was like so impressed with the kids library and the things that they were doing. I said something about to Betty Sue, I'd love to do some of those
Yes.
make and takes myself. But I also want to say to Joyce, you stepped in and really stepped up, because I can't even imagine all this. I'm sitting here listening to you and thinking, how on earth does she know all this stuff? And so I'm very impressed, and I'm really impressed with you trying to bring some more excitement and some more interest to the library. So thank you.
Wow.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Dan,
Oh, just basically like what I said about Mike and what everybody else is saying about Teresa and the employees. We have an outstanding group of employees, and thank you, Betty Sue, and all the employees for all the hard work that you guys do and keeping the community excited about coming to the library and everything. And it's a wonderful place to go. And I hear a lot of good things about the children's crafts. I hear good things about the display that Elizabeth has got going on, everything that Mike does and everybody does, and the employees are wonderful.
Linda,
She's muted. Linda.
you're muted, Linda.
I was like, oh, sorry, my bad. I was gonna give kudos to Elizabeth, for putting together, all of the signage, all of the posters, all of that. This library doesn't run on one person, even though everyone sees Betty Sue's face. She is the director, but there is a great group of staff that runs this library. And everyone who watches these meetings think we just go, oh yeah, approve this and approve that. And they don't know all of the emails and all of the stuff that goes on in the meetings to make all of this happen. So thank you to everyone.
Yes, thank you. Betty Sue, you.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yes.
I've been talking all night. I throw my stuff in wherever it's needed. I am just grateful right now that things are getting straightened out so that we can continue to move forward. And I appreciate all the time and help that people have put into some of the just been hanging overhead for so long. And I know I have expressed frustration several times over the health policy and whatever. I have, every one of you at some time or another has reached out with some little bit of encouragement or compliment or whatever, and it is exceedingly appreciated. And when I was out front today and watching people come in, and there was a man who spoke Russian, and I said, can I help you with something? And he looked at me and says, no, not you. He said, her. And he points at Elizabeth. I'm like, okay. So I let him take over. He said, she helped me before, she'll help me now. I said, yes, she will. And it just was charming and whatever. And you have no idea the people who struggled with issues who come in and are so appreciative of the help that they have gotten from the front staff. So if I walked away tomorrow, this could be running pretty damn well. So good for all of us. Thank you.
So it's my turn. I want to speak on two fronts. The first one is the people that are in this room on this Zoom call, the board members in particular, that I just want to thank each and every one of you for just doing and expressing your love of the library and concern and wanting to make sure that everything goes well and is done right and doing your part. I realize that attending these meetings when you're already working 40 plus hours a week, it interferes with your lives, but you've made the sacrifice to give your time. And I hope that the public that are watching appreciates the dedication that all of you have given. I know I do, because this is not a job for a solo person. If you're a solo act, you're in the wrong business, because you need everyone around the table. And I need you. I appreciate you. Betty Sue, you and your staff, you said a lot of things that are correct, but you said one thing that is striking, and it speaks to you as a person, that you've set your staff up to be successful. And to be successful, that means when you're not here, this place still has to run efficiently and effectively. People need to know their jobs, and they need to be able to convey that. And you, through the selection process and through training and education and whatnot, our visitors to the library see that, and they appreciate that on a whole. So kudos to you, and more kudos to your staff. Because I know every time I come in, even before I was on the board, I always felt like I had a friend in the library. So, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. So that being said, I'm gonna ask if someone will ask if we can go into executive session.
One more thing.
Yes.
George, I would just like to say also, and I didn't get a chance to say this at our last meeting, but I want to thank Linda for being willing to step up during the transitioning period.
Yes.
You know, she did a fantastic job, and I would
Yeah,
like
you
to
did.
thank her for that. And Joyce,
Yes.
you are doing a wonderful job. And I also want to thank Barb, because every time I turn around, if I have a question or we keep requesting more information, I know the personnel committee requested
She
more
does.
information. She's always have everything that we need as well. And I know she was working on the budgets as what, not the, but the audit as well. So I just want to say thank you to her, because the staff is fantastic. I love coming into the library. Yeah. And I will be coming in when I'm off the board, using the computer and getting books out.
Can I have a motion to go into executive session? Gloria, second. Dan. Mike, would you put us in executive session, please?
Yep, give me just 1 second.
Okay.
And